and welcome to this short video about Jaguar XK8 which brakes. Right, so the content of this video is in 5 parts. So first of all, which disc and the OEM standards. So in the beginning, at the start, from model year 1997 or VIN number 001246 right through to the end of model year 1999 042775, both front and rear brakes had diameter 3 or 5 mm diameter brakes. That was actually included in the launch of the XKR, which was model year 1998 and 3/4, which is VIN number 024687. So in the beginning, XKRs even had teeny tiny brakes as well. Next, the brakes were improved and given diameter 325 mm on the front, but retained 3 or 5 on the back. And this was the standard XK8 brakes from model year 2000. That's VIN number A04808. But also the XKR actually started a little bit earlier at model year 1999 at VIN number 036194. So already at that point, Jaguar had seen the XKR needed a bit better brakes, gave them to the XKR in model year 1999, and then decided to pass it on to the XK8 in the model year 2000. Finally, there was the third option was the R Performance kit or the Brembo brakes. These were diameter 355 mm on the front, 330 mm on the back. They were an option from model year 1999 on all cars, XK8s and XKRs, but they did become standard on the XKR in model year 2003 or VIN number A35155 onwards. So in total, there are 3 options of disc on the front and 2 options of disc on the rear. So next, which disc and how to identify them. So you've got your car, you know you've got 3 options on the front, 2 on the back. How do you actually spot them? The easy ones are the Brembos. So the Brembos tend to be, well, they do need larger wheels, which I'll go into later in the video. And you can see the calipers quite clearly, and they're a different type, which I shall talk about later in the video as well. Standard wheels and standard discs are a little bit more difficult, especially because they're difficult to measure because you can't actually get at the disc. There's 2 diameters. The best way of identifying the diameter of your disc with standard brakes are the gap round the dust shields. Now Jaguar only made 1 dust shield for both types of discs. So if you got a large disc or the larger disc or the larger diameter disc, 325 mm, there's going to be a small gap round the dust shield. Or as you can see with my brake setup here, I've got the smaller disc and you can see quite a big gap around the edge. If you're interested, the dust shield part numbers: left hand MJD 1933AA, right hand MJD 1932AA. But they're both the same for standard brake setup. So the easiest way to tell which diameter brakes you've got is not to go out and try and measure them, is just look for the gap round the dust shields. So if you're interested, there's actually the 3 options of front discs. The part numbers are for 3 or 5 mm diameter is C2C 41249, and at the back 3 or 5 mm diameters C2C 14151. The front disc 325 mm diameter are C2C 41250, and it's as the same rear disc. The Brembo disc, then there's various, both front and rear, because there's a different part number for plain. You've got cross drilled, slotted, cross drilled and slotted, dimpled. There's lots of variations which I won't go into in this video. Now you want to understand which caliper you've got and how to identify it. There are actually 2 types of caliper for the front and 2 types for the rear. There's the standard caliper and the Brembo caliper at both ends. The standard front caliper looks like this. Basically there's a a C shape to it and a separate caliper carrier to the actual caliper itself. As you can see here, the calipers part numbers are left hand MJD 7843AA, right hand MJD 7842AA. The pads are JLM 21917 for the set, and if you wanted the discs as well, I've added those part numbers. So if you're looking for a standard front caliper, you're looking for a caliper that looks like that. They're generally unpainted as they come out of the factory, but a lot of enthusiasts like myself paint them various colours, so you get red, silver, gold in this case. The standard rear caliper is a similar design. You've got that C shape around the pad, separate caliper carrier and the caliper itself. That's how you identify the rear calipers being standard. The caliper part numbers, left hand is MJD 7853AA, right hand MJD 7852AA. The pads JLM 21918, and there's actually shoes, which I'll go into a second, and the discs are the part number I've mentioned previously. So, not particularly unique about the back brakes, but used by other manufacturers as well. There's a second set of pads or shoes in the rear discs themselves. So inside the rear disc, there's a set of brake shoes which are operated by the hand or parking brake. These shoes are standard, whether you've got Brembo discs or standard discs, and they are JLM 2209. They're actually the handbrake operates a series of pulleys in the center of the vehicle. Then there's a brake equalizer, and then that pulls the brake pipes from each side. It's a mechanically operated system. Brembo calipers are quite different, and there's no caliper carrier most of the time. It's a solid lump. They're a lot larger, and they look like this rectangular shape. The part numbers do change depending on the color, either silver, grey or red, depending on the version of car you have. But the part numbers for grey, the left hand is front is MXD 15113CA, right hand MXD 1512CA. The pads for a set are MXD 1550AB. The rear is left hand MXD 2713CA, right hand MXD 2712CA. You can see there's a common thread here. And the pad set is for the rear brake calipers is MXD 2750AA. And the shoes again are standard, same as the normal brake discs. So there you go. That's how you identify Brembo calipers and the part numbers. Now I want to talk a little bit about braking leverage. So over those three sets of braking systems or braking disc diameters, I'd like to compare or make some sort of comparison with the braking leverage difference between each one. Generally, the larger diameter a disc, the more leverage you have. That's the basic premise for why you have bigger discs. It's actually the leverage. The contact area for the shoe is generally very similar. So if you work it out as just the increase in leverage, moving up from 305mm disc to 325mm, you get a 6.6% increase in leverage. So a 6.6 increase in braking. If you actually moved up to 330, as on the rear Brembo disc, that equates to 8.2% increase in leverage. And if you go to the big boys, the 355 fronts, that's actually a 16.4% increase in leverage by upgrading those brakes from a standard 305mm baseline disc, assuming the pad contact area is the same. Couple of other bits then. In model year 2000 there was a significant change to the brake booster. This was down to Jaguar getting feedback from the customers that the brake pedal was very spongy on the early cars, not good brake pedal feel. So they introduced this new brake booster, which gave twice the amount of force per the pedal travel. It's still the same, there's still the same amount of pressure overall, but you don't have to put your foot flat to the floor to get it. There's also some mechanical improvement in that the actual bolting to the bulkhead was changed from 3 bolts to 4 bolts to try and secure it more securely to the bulkhead. So there's definite improvement for model year 2000 for brake pedal feel. In model year 2003 there's also the introduction of the panic brake assist system. This is quite a clever system, and it actually it senses the speed of movement of the pedal. So if you are panicking and you apply the brake sharply, trying to avoid an object, the system will sense that you're trying to apply the brake quickly, and even if you haven't applied the pedal right to the maximum extent, it will do that for you. So it'll apply full brakes if you apply the pedal quickly. It's interesting. So it'll assist you in the event of a panic. Okay, so those standard brakes. How about you want to upgrade? So I'll talk a little bit about upgrading now. One way to upgrade from 305mm discs to 325 is just to simply change the caliper carriers. As I've explained previously, the calipers are identical between 305 and 325mm discs. It's only the caliper carrier that changes. So basically you've got a pitch of holes where the caliper carrier is attached to the hub and then to the actual caliper, and that pitch is increased by 10mm to give you that offset of the caliper. So that's a very quick and easy way to change it. Obviously you need to change the discs at the same time. The caliper carrier part numbers for 305 are MJD 7860AA, but you need to change to the 325mm caliper carrier, which is MJD 7861AA. If you want to go to the big setup, the Brembo 355-330, it's a bit more involved but reasonably simple. All you have to do is remove the disc and the caliper carrier and the caliper. You have to drill out the caliper carrier fixing points to M14, bolt the calipers directly on, and potentially cut away the dust shield. You can actually get new dust shields, but they're very, very rare. I think the fronts are practically unobtainable now. The backs are a little bit more obtainable. I'll show you the part numbers here for the front dust shields, but most people just cut the edge away. So it's quite easy to upgrade to these discs and calipers. So if you're thinking of upgrading, what's the upgrading cost per percentage increase? So if you were to upgrade to 325 from 305, the caliper carriers cost roughly £50. You use the existing calipers. New discs and pads price for EBC brakes and maybe some red pads will cost you in the region of £288. So you're looking at £338 for a 6.6% increase in braking leverage. So you're looking at £51 per percentage increase. Obviously that's only for the front brakes, and it's enough not to cause an imbalance. All the prices here are prices I've took from www.autoreservejaguar.com in the current year 2020. To upgrade as a comparison to the Brembo system 355-330, you're looking £1,200 for a second-hand set of discs, pads, calipers and hubs. Most of the time it includes the improved hubs. If you're not aware, there are 2 types of hub on the car. Early hubs have 76mm bearings, but from VIN number 031303 or model year 1999 onwards, they had a larger wheel bearing, an 80mm wheel bearing. Whether 4mm makes all that much difference, I assume it's a bit more of the construction inside the bearing, but the bearings were definitely improved from model year 1999. and you can get, if you're doing it properly, the suggested you get the bigger bearings, including the brake lines and the pads. I say EBC pads and some new brake lines. You're looking at £500. So you're looking for a total upgrade cost to Brembo for about £1,700 to get you the 16.4% increase. So it's about £103 per percentage increase. Obviously with Brembo calipers, I know it's the twin pot calipers and there's a bit more balanced of the area, but I'm just looking at like for like. But the upgrade to the Brembo system obviously involves both front and back brakes, so the overall braking system is greatly enhanced. But there is you can see the cost differential there. If you want a simple effective upgrade, you can go to $325 if you haven't already got them. If you want to go to the bigger upgrade, it is quite a lot more expensive. Okay, finally then, which wheel? So if you were fortunate enough to upgrade to 355, there are certain wheels that are okay and certain wheels that aren't. All the ones I show here are all the ones that are okay. Nothing generally that is 17, well, all 17mm wheels are not applicable. There's a couple of 18-inch wheels. There's actually the Hydra, which became standard on the XKR, and the Winter BBS wheel and the Milan two-piece BBS alloy. They're 18-inch wheels that are okay for Brembo. There is one other aluminium whole-piece wheel, the Atlas, at 19-inch. And then you've got all the BPS split rim alloys. So you've got the Paris, Detroit, Sepang, Montreal, Perseus. I think there may be a couple of others, to be honest. But you need to be sure with the Brembo system, not only have the bigger wheel, but also the offset, because the calipers are quite wide and they can clash to the inside of the wheel. So please be careful when you're selecting wheels for your Brembo system. There you go. So hopefully that's covered all disc, calipers, leverage, braking and wheels. Hopefully that was informative for you and you enjoyed it. Lots of part numbers. Thank you very much for watching. Please like if you've enjoyed the video. Please share it and please subscribe if you'd like to see more XK videos.